the hashtag Simply Cyber, COMMUNITY. Here to break the cycle, this is vital more than you and I. Yeah, it's exciting, it don't matter what your title is. You can grab a friend or two or three or four, invite them in. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. It's that Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's the live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. Dr. Auger is an OG, got that potion, the elixir, got devotion to all those who keep on showing up to witness. Fit the tricks and quits and all the tips to raise your cyber fitness. Switching up the routines, pass it off to James quicker. Keep the people smiling, hit that follow, that's a good decision. Every week, today, tomorrow, I encourage y'all to listen. We gon' teach y'all way more than how to protect yourselves from phishing. More like being confident so you can recognize the vision. On a mission, it's official. We gon' get through all these issues. Time for jaw jacking, baby. This is more than a tradition, yeah. Oh, I can't forget to recognize the mods. They the engine, they the reason that you leave and feeling charged. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good time. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. It's a Simply Cyber, bring a good vibe. It's that live with Jerry every morning, having good times. And you know we love to see for you, just gotta go and get it. Yeah, you know we all believe in you, it's time to grow together. Yeah. What else can I say? I hope you find some value in this place and have yourself an awesome day. Simply Cyber's here to stay. So let's all put our hands together ready. Time to hang with Dr. A.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the party. Today is Worldwide Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. This is episode 812 of your Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I am your host, Two Thumbs, all smiles, throwing out gifted subs, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next hour, me, you, Marlon Johnson, Gary Sergiotis with the Camels, Port Zero in the upstate, Daniel Harper, Just a Bite, back in the fold, Felix, Ito, Sonwan, and Nerman, among others like Angular, Terrence Billingsley, Augusta Delgado, the mod team, Jenny Housley, Chris Whitlock, Marcus Kyler getting back in the mid-roll. Guys, we're all going to be shredding the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, and I'll be doing my best to give you risk reduction value, basically ripping apart these stories to mine where we can learn, where we can level up, where we can get insights in order to make our own programs, our own ability to deliver cyber risk reduction to our business stakeholders impactful, right? And if you're looking to break into the industry, get in here because, you know, basically lifelong learning is what it's all about, my friend. If you're looking to break into the industry, this right here is, first of all, a great answer to a question in an interview. How do you stay current on the industry? Second of all, the only way, like literally, there's no easy button you can hit. There's no shortcut you can take. I hate to be the bearer of reality here, but you just got to basically sit down and start taking bites of the sandwich, and eventually you'll get through it and getting exposed to concepts, terminology, threat actors, techniques, workflows, the people. It's all about immersion and exposure. Say good morning to the folks in chat. If you're a first timer or a regular, old timer, I guess, it's all about good times and saying what's up. Hashtag Team SC for my friends. And if today's your first episode, drop a hashtag first timer. Now, like I said, we are going to go through the top stories of the day, but I want you to know that I don't research or prep for any of these stories. So the experience you're about to get from me, I don't know what I'm going to say. I have no idea. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, so we're here to do it. Again, Augusta Delgado, for example, Team Solo, we recently recognized this sub-faction of Simply Cyber community members. If you're a lone operator, you're the only person in IT, or you're the only person in cyber at the business, know that the Team SC community is here for you. We're like a virtual coworkers. Obviously, don't disclose anything sensitive. You don't want to do that. But bouncing ideas off. Am I the jerk? Does anyone think this will work? Has anyone done tabletop exercises for a public sector? Something like that. We had that specific question earlier this week. this is where you can get help. We are more than just a daily podcast. We are a community, and we're bringing the heat. Now, it is Wednesday, which means we're actually going to show you in just a few minutes how diverse, how international, and how friggin' awesome this community is when we go around the world in just a few minutes. But before we do that, let's get a quick couple words from the sponsors, those who support the channel, support the stream, and empower me to be able to bring all this hotness and do so much more for the community through their, basically financial commitments. All right, let's do that. When we get back, I'm going to tell you how this show can solve your CPE problems, and then get your Daft Punk ready, because we're going to go around the world. Let's hear from ThreatLocker. I want to give some love to the Daily Cyber Threat Brief sponsor, ThreatLocker. Do zero-day exploits and supply chain attacks keep you up at night? Well, worry no more. You can harden your security with ThreatLocker. Worldwide, companies like JetBlue trust ThreatLocker to secure their data and keep their business operations flying high. ThreatLocker takes a deny-by-default approach to cybersecurity and provides a full audit of every action allowed or blocked for risk management and compliance. Onboarding and operation is fully supported by their US-based Cyber Heroes support team. Get a free 30-day trial and learn more about how ThreatLocker can help prevent ransomware and ensure compliance. Visit threatlocker.com. What's up, Simply Cyber? You know what keeps CISOs up at night? The unknown. Those exposed assets and leaked creds floating around the dark web that you don't even know about? Well, that's where Flare steps in. Think of Flare as your organization's amazing threat hunting capability, continuously scanning both clear and dark web for exposed enterprise assets, leaked secrets, and even compromised credentials being sold in private channels. Their cutting-edge platform, powered by transparent, generative AI, prioritizes real threats so your team can take immediate action. Stop playing catch-up with threat actors. Get ahead with Flare's threat exposure management capability. Don't take my word for it. Visit try.flare.io/simplycyber and try it for yourself. Do you want cutting-edge, high-quality cybersecurity education, regardless of financial position? Check this out. I want to give some love and some praise to Antisyphon Training, powered by Black Hills Information Security. Antisyphon Training is absolutely disrupting the traditional cybersecurity training industry by providing high-quality, cutting-edge education to everyone, regardless of financial position. They bring industry professionals with years and years of experience into the classroom to teach you and anyone else who's interested practical skills that are in demand in the market today. And on top of that, the student experience is amazing, as you and hundreds or thousands in some instances of other students are actively engaging, networking, sharing tips, tricks, and experiences with each other, all live in the classroom. Go to antisyphontraining.com, check out their course calendar to see what courses they have coming up next. You won't regret it. All right, so that's the ad smush that we talk about doing. We're trying that out, see how the community, anyways, give me feedback, guys. I mean, we got to run the ads, but, smush them together, space them out, do two, then whatever. We're trying to figure it out. Let me know your comments in chat. Obviously, I support the community and want to make it as smooth an experience as possible, but also be real about needing the sponsors. Guys, every single episode of the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief is worth half a CPE. So say what's up in chat. Grab a screenshot, hashtag TeamSC. You can see Angular, Tim McDonald, DP, Justabyte, Cybercycle, David P, Mara Levy in here, SC Cole or S Cole. Just say what's up. Grab a screenshot, file it away once a year. Count the screenshots, divide by 2. That's what's up. Do want to say hello to some first timers. Emmett in the house. Emmett, welcome to the party, pal. Diana Sophia Rodriguez. Good morning, everyone. I can share that I passed my CompTIA cert yesterday. Thank you, Jesse and Slay Sack. Boom. Nice job, Diana. And Breck means the Breckening. Good morning, first time for a while. You know what, judges? I know it's not a very first time, especially with that hot blue badge, Breck, but we're going to allow it as a first timer. Welcome back to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
All right, guys. Guess what? It's Wednesday, which means only one thing. We're about to go around the world. So if you're a first timer here, like my friend Emmett, what we do is every Wednesday for a minute, we play Daft Punk like this, and we ask you to tell us where in the world you are, and we see if we can light up this entire friggin' map. And guess what? No offense, Australia, but we usually get it. Australia's been lacking recently. Chris Rock of Australia, who was not in Australia at the time, but we allowed it. represented last week. So let's see if we can do it, everybody. Worldwide Wednesday is not presented by anybody. Worldwide Wednesday, you know what? Worldwide Wednesday is presented by the Simply Cyber community, who's here bringing the heat every single day on the live streams. Be sure to check out the pre-show jaw-jacking live in Discord every single weekday morning. Chris Whitlock and the team is in there getting that networking going. So if you're looking for something to do before the show starts, definitely go to the Discord. Boom, we just made that happen. All right, guys, I'm going to set the timer to 2 minutes, 22 seconds. I'm going to ask you where you are, and let's see if we can go around the world. Where are you? Let's go. Who's first in there? Carrie's first with Big Texas. Love it. Peru, Diana Rodriguez. Thank you, Diana. We got Peru in the hizzy. Illinois in the house. Oh my gosh, what did I do here? All right, there we go. Illinois in the house. Toronto, Steve McMichael's bringing Canada online. Southern Cal, what's up, Angular? I see you wading through logs. Giving you a high five, Nashville, Tennessee. We got the DR in here, DR's finest. The UK, just a bite, back in the fold. Romania, my man Dragos on the regular. Arkansas is up in here. Oklahoma. Central PA, Haircut Fish, I got you. Taiwan, hey Brexy, good to see you bringing the Pacific Rim on. Niagara Falls, Alberta, Canada's in here. North Kakalaka, Jacksonville, Texas is up in here. Dirty Jers, Sapphire Harris. Medine G bringing Africa online with Ethiopia. Indiana, Pennsylvania, Poner Joe. I'm still not used to that, Poner Joe. Nigeria and Sweden is seen. So Nigeria, thank you, Space Tacos, and Sweden. Sweden, where are you, Sweden? Switzerland, Austria, Germany. I know Sweden's in here somewhere. Croatia, Italy. Where is Sweden? Is Sweden more of a... Oh, yeah, it's a Scandinavia. James O'Quiggin's in the Caribbean. He picks up the whole Coco Bay. Ramen's in Bangladesh. We got Asia online. Dream Logic bringing the Philippines online. Look at us crushing it. Marlon Johnson's in Palm Beach. Love it. Chile, Pablo G. Look at South America flex, and I love it. Mexico, Edward. Love it. Good morning. Hashtag Team SC. Stones fan representing Phoenix. Charlie is in South Africa. Love it, love it, love it. Look at us just going buck wild up in here. Where is Australia? Tom Bishop, the boot. Where is Australia? We got the Bahamas online. Peru, Sweden, Canada. I love it. Obviously, we got Kimberly on the lanai. We'll have to mark that off. We got Spain in the house. We got Ethiopia. Ghana is in here. Ghana, it says and Austin, Texas. So I'm going to mark Ghana. You have to be there right now, though, for it to represent Finland. Look at Scandinavia coming in hot. Okay, let's take a look. Really quick, we do this every Wednesday just for fun, and we're looking here. So what do we got? I clearly see North America, South America. Look at that western part of South America, Peru and Chile bringing the heat. I've been to Punta Arenas, Tierra del Fuego. It's very cool. Europe is coming in hot. The Scandinavian people getting up early and having their tea. Africa, you guys are flexing. We got some Asia action, Bangladesh, Philippines, Taiwan, and Australia. You know what? Am I going to have to add a sad trombone sound effect? Am I going to have to add a sad trombone sound effect to Worldwide Wednesday? We didn't do it, y'all. We didn't do it, unfortunately. Colombia's in here. South America is just continuing to flex. Yemen, we got Middle East up in here. I'm sure Israel's representing, just not putting it in chat. So, good news, guys. We represented and had a good time. Bad news, Australia let us down. I know it's late in the evening there. Oi, oi, oi. So just know we're almost there. Guys, it's all about good times. But guess what? We got work to do. So sit back, relax, and let's let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over us in an awesome way. I'll see you guys at the mid-roll. Oops, hold on. Sorry. Misfire.
From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
I'm sorry, NA. Wisconsin. What's up, Wisconsin? Good to see you. Marquette, all about good times. Summer concert, all about good times. I see you, Wisconsin.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Wednesday,
Jamaica,
February 12th, 2025.
Damian R. Love it.
I'm Rich Straffolino. LockBit host sanctioned. Australia, the UK, and the US announced joint financial sanctions against the Russia-based hosting provider zServer over allegations that it provided essential infrastructure to the LockBit ransomware operation. The countries also sanctioned 2 Russian nationals working as zServer administrators for the role in directing LockBit transactions and supporting their attacks. According to the U.S. Office of Foreign Asset Control, these sanctions stem from a raid on a LockBit affiliate back in 2022, where Canadian authorities discovered a laptop running a VM operating a LockBit control panel off of a zServer subleased IP address.
All right, couple things here. We got a super chat coming in. Oh my gosh, Cybercycle.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Big holler out to Chris Whitlock, the supporting team, and their work and dedication to Team GRC, subfaction of Team SC. I personally appreciate the opportunity to be part of it. Hashtag Team SC, hashtag Team GRC. And thank you for the super chat, Cybercycle, and thank you for all the contributions of everybody and Chris Whitlock, director of community engagement. All right, so check this out, guys. If you didn't know, right off the rip, this is a very good opportunity to learn what bulletproof hosting is and why ransomware threat actors and really cyber criminals in general can continue to operate and not be caught. Now, you might think like, oh my God, like if I register a malicious infrastructure with AWS, they're going to know who I am because I have to pay the bill and register and all that. Threat actors, not all threat actors do this, but many threat actors enjoy setting up their infrastructure in Eastern Europe because they get bulletproof hosting. Now, bulletproof hosting just simply means that the ISPs that are allowing that infrastructure or the cloud service provider providing that infrastructure is not going to work with law enforcement to reveal who you are. They're going to act aloof that they're part of some criminal operation, and they're not going to let your systems go down, allowing you to have that infrastructure. Remember, cyber criminals in 2025 are basically just businesses, okay? Their business is crime, but it's still a business. They still need infrastructure. They still have to, seriously, they still have to do vulnerability management, patch management, because they don't want law enforcement exploiting weakness and getting into their infrastructure. They don't want law enforcement having them fall for a fish, and then they get in their infrastructure, right? So literally, bulletproof hosting is that top cover. Now, you might be like, wait a minute, why would a country do this? Well, just to name one, and this isn't being political, this is just choosing one as an example. And if you go to the Conti leaks, C-O-N-T-I, Conti leaks from 2022, and look at the internal communications from the Conti ransomware gang, it will support this claim. So this isn't hyperbolic, fuel to the fire bullcrap I'm about to drop. This is based on fact. It is a fact that in Russia, basically, if you are a cyber criminal operation and you are not attacking Russian businesses or Russian individuals, Russia is less concerned about taking you down or investigating you, frankly, because you're not a problem to Russia. Furthermore, you're actually enabling problems in an asymmetric capacity against Russians' adversaries, i.e., if these threat actors are attacking Five Eyes countries, NATO countries, United States, then that's a benefit to Russia in the capacity that Russia doesn't necessarily align with America. However, they are enabled to not be aligned and affiliated with these cyber criminal operations, right? They're they're not directing them. They're not part of the military state system in Russia. So for these reasons, it becomes obvious why bulletproof hosting can happen. Now, to this point, U.S. sanctions coming in.
Regulators, mount up.
When we talk about OFAC, which is the Office of Foreign Asset something, let me see. The Office of Foreign Asset Control. This basically, if you get on this list, it's like the SMU death penalty for college football back when Big Texas was doing it dirty in the college football scene. OFAC, you don't want to be on that. Basically, if you're on the OFAC list, whether as a business or as an individual, anybody in America, any business that does business with that company it's like toxic or radioactive. You know, if you're familiar with the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, the cheese, right? Touching the cheese in the playground. And I know that's a super obscure reference, but if you're a parent of anyone between the ages of like 7 and 14, you know what I'm talking about. That's what this is. So for the US to sanction the Z server group for their part in enabling LockBit, which was a prolific ransomware threat actor group, which has been a bit hobbled, recently, then you know, I lost my train of thought on that. But basically, they're sanctioning it, which is great because now that infrastructure service provider is unable to do business with United States groups, basically, which can incredibly diminish their revenue capability. Again, just because this Z server company is enabling bulletproof hosting for threat actors doesn't mean all of their clients that use their infrastructure services are criminals. They probably have tons of legit clients as well. And if any of them are US based or do business with the US, they're going to have to move away or face consequences of financial, impact. Okay. So that's what's up. I love it. Dude, keep tightening the noose. As far as I'm concerned, pull every lever that we have in our arsenal in order to diminish and impact ransomware. Okay. It's LockBit's ransomware bulletproof hosting provider, but I would bet, okay, I would bet that other threat actors talk to each other and they know that this service is providing solid bulletproof hosting and they probably are also using it. So even though it's LockBit's ransomware host, I bet you this impacts other ransomware gangs. Guys, if we're ever going to win over ransomware, it has to be a multifaceted approach from legislation, law enforcement, technical controls at the organization, administrative controls at the organization level, unification, threat intelligence sharing. Like it's too ubiquitous and too wide a problem to be solved with just one kind of prong, right? We need like a like one of those super tridents that's not like 3 prongs, but like 30 prongs. We need like a uber, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger prong that like just does all the things.
A peek at DeepSeek's weak security. According to researchers at AppSoc, DeepSeek's R1 large language model failed various security tests for business applications, largely due to a lack of comprehensive guardrails. They found that the R1 could not prevent users from creating malware 93% of the time. That was the failure rate. They also could jailbreak away from system safeguards 91% of the time. The model showed stronger scores when it came to leaking training data, failing in 1.4% of attempts. But overall, the researchers found it extremely easy to cause the model to hallucinate and generate toxic or harmful content.
All right. So I told you guys this the other day, okay? And this continues to be the fact, okay? This right here. Do you remember early OpenAI's ChatGPT where the thing would hallucinate all over the place? And we had examples like lawyers who were writing briefs straight out of AI that was citing court cases that never existed and they got exposed. This is basically the same thing. Here's the deal. Like just 2 things. One, if your business or any of your business users are using DeepSeek, you may want to caution them, especially when there are more refined, further along and more mature AI solutions out there, like Gemini, like Claude, like ChatGPT and others. Okay. And I'm not endorsing one over the other. I'm just saying this seems like it's not fully baked. And I mentioned this before, so I'll say it again. Just take a moment and forget that this is like China's big, AI gen tool. Stop for a second and forget about like the political implications and stop and don't think about, like how it's competing with others in the market. Just stop and think. If you work at a tech company that develops software, this is an example of trying to rush a solution to market without cooking it fully. This is like, it works, but it's half baked. And this is definitely one of those things where like the engine, like I'm telling you, this happens all the time. And if you've seen this or feel this, please drop a preach in chat. The engineers want to work it. The developers want to work it. And then the business team, the sales team, the marketing team, they don't understand what goes on under the hood. And they're just all geeked up because they saw a demo like a month ago. And the demo was like completely on rails. The engineers doing the demo knew exactly what to type in and exactly what was going to come out. So the demo looked hotter than a $3 pistol, right?
That Hansel's so hot right now.
But the tool wasn't fully baked, but they started selling it. They started pushing it. They started sharing it at cocktail parties with other business people who also didn't understand what was going on. They're on the 8th hole, teeing off, 4 CEOs in a group, and they're talking about, oh, we got this AI solution. You should see it. It's sick. Well, we'll give you a ton of money to let us use it. No problem. And then basically the thing gets pushed out and it's not ready. And the developer's like, it's not ready. And they're like, well, just make it ready. And this is what happens. This is what happens. There's no security. You can jailbreak this thing almost instantly. 97%, I think they said, or 93% of the times, you can have it create malware. It hallucinates all over the place. So this is what happens. So all I would say is, I don't think this is a problem that you can prevent being pushed to market faster than it needs to be, because you're really competing with, if you keep working on it, we're not making any money, right? That's the thing. Now, Oyendamola Uganot says, I heard DeepSeek can be trained and hosted locally. Does that make it safer, at least from the internet? Well, okay, so Oyendamola, I would say 2 things to your question about, is it safer if you do it locally? 2 things. One, doing it locally, what data are you training it on, right? Like the Gen AI is only as effective as the data set you train it on. So if you're going to do it locally, I don't know how much power you have, because like it literally takes tons of like literal power to run the compute cycles to do the training, right? So first of all, there's that problem. So you're probably not going to train it on as much data as DeepSeek's doing it. Secondly, is it safer? The problem isn't that it's internet accessible. I guess if you're worried about your data being put up into OpenAI, up into DeepSeek, it's safer in the sense that your data wouldn't be part of this growing data set and corpus of data that DeepSeek's doing, but it would not be safer from hallucinations, being able to craft malware, all these other things. So the only thing that doing it locally does versus cloud, to me, is more about your data being basically ingested into this DeepSeek big data thing on the back end. All right. Hopefully that works for everybody. You got some value out of that story. Let's keep going.
Sandworm targeting Ukraine with Trojanized KMS. Researchers at Eclectic IQ found signs that since late 2023, the Russian cyber espionage group Sandworm began using fake Windows updates and Trojanized versions of Microsoft Key Management Service activators to target victims in Ukraine. There was evidence of 7 malware campaigns using these similar lures. The attack starts by attracting victims to a typo-squatted domain to get the DCRAT Trojan on their machine. From there, it prevents a fake Windows activation interface, disables Windows Defender, and delivers a further payload. This approach appears effective due to the prominent use of pirated software in Ukraine, even in the government sector.
All right, holy crap. We got a couple things going on here. First of all, John V with the super chat. Thank you, John V. Now, John V, if you don't know, first of all, his comment is DeepSeek R1 spun up locally. So this is a direct response to Oyendamola's question. DeepSeek R1 spun up locally would still be untrustworthy, unreliable, and unless you have, I think he means deep domain expertise and knowledge, it would be very hard to tell what is true in valid generated responses. Thank you for the super chat, John, and for the thoughts on this particular question. And I want to remind everybody that on the Simply Cyber Discord server, which is absolutely free and accessible to anyone that wants to be part of the Simply Cyber community, !Discord in chat will give you the link from Nightbot. John is actually one of the active members in the AI ML security channel that we have hosted on there. So if you're interested in learning more about AI ML security, or you have thoughts on it, or you just want to like geek out on it with other people who are super into it, go check that out. It's definitely worth your time. Now, Russian military hackers deploy malicious Windows activators in Ukraine. So this is definitely part of, the cyber military capability of Russia. Sandworm is a very effective super team over in Russia. If you're interested in learning more, I have not read this book myself. It is on my reading list. So if you are in chat and have read this book, please let us know in chat. I will say I would like to meet Andy Greenberg. I might even try to get him on the channel. I know he's like kind of a big deal, but like I would love to talk to this guy. This is the book Sandworm. It's all about the threat actor group Sandworm and how effective they are. This book is a couple years old. I want to say, what year is this book? Anybody? Bueller? I think it's 2000. What year is this book? 2019. So yeah, this book is a little aged, but it just goes to show you that, first of all, Russia's capability with Sandworm is hyper effective and not slowing down anytime soon. Now, what they do is this particular attack, they have a Trojanized Microsoft Key Management Service activator, and fakes Windows updates. So Trojans are basically technology that will, or software that'll do what you think it does. In this case, like, appear to be updating Windows, but it's also doing something else. And this, with Sandworm's case, they're probably installing some type of persistence mechanism or info stealer type thing. Let me see really quickly. They have a backorder loader to deploy Dark Crystal Rat remote access tool. Okay, not remote access Trojan. We got into a fight as a community, like siblings fighting a couple weeks ago about rats. And the debug symbol is referencing a Russian language build environment. So this would be one of those indicators when you decompile the binary and you see Russian language or Cyrillic glyphs, you can kind of start doing some attribution or eliminating individuals from the attribution. I will say, this is highly targeted for Ukraine. So obviously, if Sandworm wants to get you, they're going to get you. Just be mindful. It looks like it's there's been a lot of pirated software being used in Ukraine. When you do pirated software, you're taking your life into your own hands because you're literally just running malware. You're basically like running pirated software. You're like, it's a 50-50 chance. It's like running pirated software is like buying like food in like a dark alley, or buying like a watch on a street corner, right? Like, you have no idea. You could get sick from the food, or it's like, I guess buying drugs from like a shady drug dealer, right? Like, you don't know, it could be laced or whatever. Please try not to download pirated software. That's a great way to prevent infecting yourself. The other thing I'm going to say about this thing right here that I think is pretty important, and this is for practitioners. If you don't know this, definitely worth knowing. MITRE ATT&CK framework. I'll drop a quick link in this. Many of us know about MITRE ATT&CK. And if you haven't thought about MITRE ATT&CK in a minute, it's worth mentioning. In MITRE ATT&CK, they have these groups section, right? And you can see Sandworm is definitely in here. And with Sandworm team, if you want to go deeper on this story, which, by the way, if you wanted to like blow people's minds in a job interview, and they're talking about like, what are some way, like, how do you stay current, right? Classic question. How do you stay current? You could be like, oh, I get my information from the Daily Cyber Threat Brief, among other places. And they might be like, oh, like, give me an example, or what do you think, or what's something trending? You could be like, oh, Sandworm, like really getting after Ukraine. This is like a full debrief on Sandworm. And on top of that, with with MITRE ATT&CK, you can actually see the techniques that they use and map it to the MITRE ATT&CK framework. And like right here, these are the TTPs of Sandworm. Boom. Like the work's already done for you. You can study this and, write a blog post on it, do a video, like whatever, or just get educated on this particular threat actor if you are needing to protect businesses or government in Ukraine. Now, if you're running a transportation company in Houston, right? Sandworm's probably not coming after you, so you wouldn't want to focus your effort here. But this is the power of MITRE ATT&CK. Remember, guys, we only have so much time, so much money, so much resources. We cannot protect all the things. We cannot implement all the controls. You have to be deliberate about what you choose to implement, when you do it, and in what order. And a tool like MITRE ATT&CK allows you to focus on the most likely threat actors that are likely to attack you and identify the techniques and tactics they're going to use so you can address those first and effectively give yourself a higher chance of success of stopping these threat actors in their tracks. Holler!
SonicWall flaw allows for VPN hijacks. On January 7th, SonicWall warned about a firewall vulnerability that is susceptible to actual exploitation for customers with SSL VPN or SSH management enabled, and urging admins to apply mitigations immediately. Researcher Bishop Fox announced that he developed a proof of concept for the flaw on January 22nd and has now released full technical details. The flaw allowed for sending a crafted session cookie to an SSL VPN authentication endpoint. This appears associated with an active VPN session and triggers improper validation while logging the victim out of the session. This was only released after SonicWall made patches available.
All right, SonicWall, which to me falls into that space between like Aruba, Juniper, Cisco, and then at the bottom like TP-Link, Netgear, those type of things. SonicWall to me is a little bit further down the list, but not terrible. You see SonicWall, in my opinion, at mid-sized businesses, a lot of like, not rural, but like rural MSPs that, host local businesses and small businesses. Yeah, so NA just asked for a link to this right here. I'll drop a link directly in chat on this one. NA, if you can, please confirm that you were, hold on. Please confirm that you're able to like click on this. Here, I'll actually pin this NA. Go ahead. All right. So basically, listen up. If you are providing InfoSec services or you're about to go interview for a job that's like a small mid-sized business or an MSP or an MSSP with small to mid-sized clients, there's a good chance the SonicWall thing could be in place. Now, remember, a firewall doesn't have to be implemented internet facing. You can do some network segmentation in your own environment and have SonicWalls, basically in between, like, I don't know, the medical device network segment and the guest network segment or something silly like that. But for the most part, you're going to see firewalls like this, internet facing at the border for small, mid-sized businesses. So having said that, a threat actor can use Shodan, Shodan.io for discovering where these SonicWall firewalls are. And then guess what? Boom, they just punch a hole in the side of your in the side of your thing, your firewall. It does allow you to hijack VPN sessions, which is not great. Hijack, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. Hijack VPN sessions, which means if you're active, users are I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, Team SC. I just got like my mind erased by Justin Gold. I can't. I don't even know why I said that. So if you're using this, not only can a threat actor potentially do a denial of service attack by getting in there and like wiping the firewall, which is probably not the most likely attack vector. They could get in there and use it as a bastion or a bastion host or a jump point into your inner network. Or they could, basically get, it seems like if they're going to take over a VPN connection, they could maybe sniff that traffic going through there. It depends. The sessions are typically encrypted. Yeah, if you can hijack an SSL VPN session without authentication, that's definitely not good. I do want to point out Bishop Fox as a business is pretty legit. I like Bishop Fox. James McQuiggan at 35,000 feet introduced me to a professional over at Bishop Fox. She gave a talk on physical security pen testing at Wild West Hackin' Fest Deadwood. I always forget her name, which is most unfortunate. If James McQuiggan, if you can, let us know her name. I'll see if I can pull up her talk. I sat in the front row. It was phenomenal. Bishop Fox also drops the Sliver C2 post-exploitation framework that is free to download on GitHub. That's excellent as well. So all I would say is, I don't know what the EPSS score is for this. I'll pull it up really quickly. BSEC is not in chat today, so it's kind of hard to see him. This is the EPSS score for this. You can see here, there's literally, this is the power of EPSS, okay? There is there's a 4% chance, actually. There's a 4% chance that in the next 30 days, your business will be hit with this. 4% chance to me means this isn't good, but you don't need to create a special emergency maintenance window to get this sorted out. You should get this sorted out sooner than later, especially because it's internet facing. You should always, honestly, guys, you should always prioritize internet facing attack surface, right? That's where you're most exposed. It's where the most amount of threat actors can touch you, right? Show me on the firewall where the threat actors touched you, right? So you should always prioritize that. It's exposure management 101. Okay, let's keep going. Hey, really quickly, GBO Nishan, first timer in chat. Welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And now, thanks to today's episode sponsor, Vanta. Do you know the status of your compliance controls right now? Like, right now? We know that real-time visibility is critical for security, but when it comes to our GRC programs, we rely on point-in-time checks. But more than 9,000 companies have continuous visibility into their controls with Vanta. Vanta brings automation to evidence collection across over 35 frameworks like SOC 2 and ISO 27001. They also centralize key workflows like policies, access reviews, and reporting, and helps you get security questionnaires done 5 times faster with AI. Now that's a new way to GRC. Get started at vanta.com/headlines. That's VANTA.com/headlines.
All right. Check it out now. Guys, I want to say thank you. Shout out all y'all to all of you. Hashtag Team SC. I'm very proud to be part of hashtag Team SC. And I love the sub-factions that are cropping up within the community. Team GRC, Team Live. I think there's Team AI going on right now. Team AI ML. But all at the end of the day, guys, we all roll up to Team SC. Thank you very much. I want to say shout out and thank you to the stream sponsors, as always, for enabling us to bring this rich and immersive community to life. Shout out ThreatLocker, Delete Flare, Antisyphon, and Barricade Cyber Solutions, guys. Barricade Cyber Solutions, if you didn't know, Eric Taylor, he was jaw-jacking yesterday. He's a member of the community. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Guys, cyber attacks, we all know, they can cause massive issues for businesses and unfortunately send dedicated, hardworking business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions, they know how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Believe that. Do me a favor. Go to barricadecyber.com. Link in the description below. You can schedule a meeting with Eric just to say hi, get to know what their service offering is. What would it look like if I got attacked right now? Would I call you? Would I email you? Are you on call? How much does it cost? Do you charge by the hour? Is there retainer? All of these questions you can get sorted out in advance. Guys, think of it as a digital fire department. You don't want to figure out what's going on as your business is on fire. You want to have it sorted out. BarricadeCyber.com. Links in the description below. Guys, thank you all so much. Love, love, love everything that's going on here and in the community. I do want to share a couple things really quickly. I want to remind everybody this is a new thing that we're doing starting next Tuesday. So as part of ramping up Simply Cyber Academy and a commitment to delivering value and practical skills and learning to you as a community, we are starting a Lunch and Learn series next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Now, this is going to happen right after Antisyphon's Antisyphon's AMA next week. Basically, Steve McMichael is going to be doing a full Lunch and Learn 1 hour live webinar to teach you risk management and NIST CSF. You will leave with practical skills. It's absolutely free. It'll be live. Come check it out. I'll drop a link in chat here. But this is the first of a Lunch and Learn series. And because it's a new concept, any feedback from the community is very, very appreciated, okay? We're going to be doing it once a month. I've asked PBO to do next month. We'll see. I'm an instructor in the academy, so I'll be doing these webinars as well. So come check it out. Give feedback. We're trying to deliver practical skills to people, so holler at it. All right, let's get our la-la-la-las going here. 3 seconds. Get ready. Alpha Sierra is going to lead us off. Valentino, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, let's finish strong, everybody. Second half, let's go.
Ransomware gangs find quantity has a quality all its own. According to Huntress's 2025 Cyber Threat Report, ransomware attacks last year showed a trend in moving away from higher profile targets, instead focusing on speed of attacks at a higher volume. The average time to ransom across all groups was just under an average of 20... Pumpernickel. The
What?
average time to...
What? What was that?
ransom across all groups was just under 17 hours, but sophisticated groups like Ransom Hub and Akira showed much faster times of around 6 hours. Ironically, the group Rapid had the slowest time to ransom at 43 hours. Overall, Ransom Hub, Lynx, and Akira ransomware groups accounted for 54% of observed attacks. Additionally, 71% of ransomware incidents saw attackers exfiltrate data prior to deploying ransomware.
All right, so Pumpernickel's coming in hot. Listen, ransomware gangs coming in, doing all the things. Now, Huntress published this report. I do like Huntress. Matt Kiley and John Hammond both work over at Huntress. From the work I've seen at Huntress, I like what they're doing. I also like, I haven't met the leadership at Huntress, but I definitely get like a really cool practitioner focused vibe from what's going on over there instead of a just squeeze all the money out of all the things vibe. So this threat report, I feel, is well informed and worth adding value. Now, it's focused a lot on ransomware, as you would expect, since it's like the top threat we deal with. They're talking about time to ransom is 17 hours from Akira to Ransom Hub. So when you get hit, you have less than 1 day before all your stuff is screwed. Phishing surged, yep, QR code attacks. It's no surprise phishing surged, right? With AI being able to write compelling phishing emails for people who are not native English speakers, right? Okay, so here's something actually for you to add to your... you can use this right now to educate end users. If you're looking for a piece of content to make that could add value, dude, 30% of phishing attacks So 1 out of every 3 impersonated some type of e-signature service like DocuSign, which makes sense, right? Because you get a contract, you send it to accounts payable, accounts receivable, procurement, salespeople, like tons of people are expecting e-signature type stuff. And a lot of times they'll click right through. So that's a great attack vector. So educate your end users that that's an attack vector. Maybe even get a screenshot of what a malicious lookalike DocuSign website looks like and tell them what's up. Healthcare and education accounted for 38% of incidents. Healthcare definitely agreed. I'd be curious what manufacturing was. Manufacturing is also quite high. Education, yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of K through 12 in local municipalities getting screwed over. So, here's manufacturing. Thank you. I told you I don't research or prep for these shows, so that's like, it just shows. Here's what I would say. Let's get is there a link to this report? I feel like that's really what we should be doing here. Where is the report? Does anyone have a link to this report? Hold on. Let me use the Google machine. And I want to provide this to everybody because again, Huntress isn't a sponsor. It's just I know the people that work there, and I've worked with them and I've talked to them personally, and I like what they're doing. Here you go. Obviously, when you drop your name in here, it's going to put you on some type of CRM, but it is what it is. There we go. Link dropped. Go do some research. This report, it's definitely good if you're a practitioner to get more informed on very specific threats. It's also great if you're a practitioner if you need quantifiable statistics in order to make a compelling business case to get money.
Straight cash, homie.
And it's a great report if you're looking to break in, if you're looking to get a job. Because if you cite the 2025 report by Huntress in a job interview, well, my friend,
Intel patched 374 vulnerabilities in 2024. According to Intel's product security report, 72% of these vulnerabilities were found in software, things like drivers, utilities, and SDKs. Firmware fixes accounted for 21%, including 30 UEFI patches, with the remaining patches in hardware across processors, SGX, and side channel issues. The company attributed 96% of the discovered vulnerabilities to its proactive product security assurances. Intel issued bug bounties on 53% of these vulnerabilities, with UEFI flaws drawing the most money, although Intel does not share specific amounts.
Really quick, NA asked a question in chat. NA, which I think is a great question if you're not like in the industry or like you're new or whatever. And not to say that's NA, but just in general for people. NA says, why do they go after the education sector? Are they collecting data on young adults? They are collecting data on young adults, but that's not the purpose or intent. That's just, a side impact. The reason they're going after the education sector, especially state and local municipality K through 12 programs, first of all, they're typically underfunded and not well resourced, so they're a soft target. Second of all, something that may have skewed the data, is it Power School? I don't know if this attack happened in 2024 or not, but there was a massive attack right here. Yeah, it happened in December 2024. So honestly, I think this attack right here is one of those skewing events where this impacted like 80 million individuals and like 85% of all schools in the United States. So this is like a one event that causes the entire education sector to light up on a board. Okay, so I think that's part of the reason as well. Let's get back to this. Intel patches 374 vulnerabilities in 2024. Jesus, Intel, Intel says, hold my beer, and then patches a bunch of stuff. Okay, we're running low on time. I'll just say, way to go, Intel. Keep it going. If you're running technology, you gotta patch it.
Google Tag Manager used to deploy card skimmers. Just when you thought it was safe to go shopping. A handful of sites were discovered to be using what looked to be a typical Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics script for store analytics, but it also included a containerized backdoor that allowed for persistent access, according to researchers at Security. This was used to collect payment information during the checkout process. It's unclear what vector is being used to get the script onto the sites.
Okay. Now, I have very limited experience with Google Tag Manager. And if you're a marketing person in chat, maybe you have some guidance on this. I use Google Tag Manager to like kind of see where people are coming from when they get to the academy. But again, you know, a lot of people are helping me, but you know, Simply Cyber Academy, the media group and stuff like that. Guys, I have computer science degrees, although casually Joseph would have you think otherwise. Like a lot of my experience in education is more technical focus, not really business focus. So because I'm running a business now, I'm like fumbling and just asking questions and trying to figure it out. So I've dabbled with Google Tag Manager, but it is very intimidating and it's very complicated. But the thing is, it can introduce linking and putting kind of metadata into web traffic. So I don't understand how these credit card skimmers, first of all, I guess what I would say is credit card skimmers are so hot right now.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Okay. Credit card skimmers are so hot right now. They literally, it's 2015 all over again. I guess ransomware kind of put credit card skimmers on the back burner. There must be something about our efficacy and our approach to ransomware mitigation that has gotten good enough that credit card skimming's back again, which is wild because credit card companies in 2025, in my opinion, are actually very good about detecting malicious activity. Like, dude, I had this was like a year or two ago, but like I use my credit card all the time, right? That's like the main vehicle for like making purchases in my family, right? So, you know, household bills, groceries, you know, gasoline, whatever. It's like credit card. And dude, out of nowhere, there was like a $20 Groupon. You guys remember Groupon? There was like a $20 Groupon purchase for something, and they flagged it as fraud, and it was fraud. So, I mean, I don't know what kind of magic they're doing back there at the credit card companies or what AI engines they got, but they definitely knew that I wasn't buying Groupon. So the return on investment for skimming these credit cards is kind of wild to me. But I will say Magento is a known, I want to say it's like a threat actor platform for conducting malicious web storefront transactions. Like Magento's been around for a while. I've never worked with it directly, but I know the name is kind of like a top tier in this space. The credit card skimmer is JavaScript, so they're getting JavaScript to detonate on the box when you're going through the transaction. And remember, from a customer perspective or a victim perspective, when you make the transaction, you are able to put your credit card in, you are able to make a purchase, you are able to receive the product, the business is able to see the purchase, is able to collect that revenue, and will ship you your product. So the entire customer journey through the transaction still happens the same. The credit card skimmer just makes a copy of the credit card information and copies it off. So nobody is none the wiser. The victim, the actual victim person's credit card and the business don't know that this is happening, and there's no indications that it's happening. So you just got to be mindful of that. I guess in this case, the Google Tag Manager is referring to a container that includes tons of tracking codes. And this malware is being loaded from a Magento database table. And then it encodes the JavaScript payload. Yeah, 100%. So honestly, what I would say is this is actually a pretty interesting, complicated technical attack. If you have some free time, right, and you're looking to make a blog post or do some research that would be really interesting, deconstructing this attack and being able to show it and help communicate what it is and how it executes, and more importantly, how to defend from it, would be really, really valuable. Now, again, don't infect yourself, obviously, but Yeah, you can see here, Google Tag Manager as an attack vector has gone all the way back to 2018. So this isn't a new concept. So that's another thing you can say in a job interview or something like, no, like Google Tag Manager has been an attack vector for 7+ years at this point. It's a new spin on an old attack. All right, let's go.
Apple making a deal to bring AI to China. Virtually any Western company looking to launch a software service in China has to make a deal with local partners to assuage regulators. Apple is no exception. The information sources say Apple partnered with Alibaba to submit its Apple Intelligence features to the Cyberspace Administration of China, the country's internet and cybersecurity regulator. Apple already announced plans to launch Apple Intelligence in China as part of iOS 18.4 in April, but it wasn't clear how they had cleared regulatory hurdles. The company also reportedly looked into doing deals with Baidu and DeepSeek.
All right. I'll give you I'll give you one hint.
Straight cash, homie.
Guys, China has a massive population. China's got lots of money, and big tech companies, they're in, like, Apple is a for-profit company. Google is a for-profit company. Penetrating into these markets makes a lot of money. So, this shouldn't come as a surprise that, any company would want to do business with China. Now, Apple's bringing AI to China. I personally, again, I didn't prep for this story. I'll just say from a personal experience, I think Siri is trash, right? Like when we compare Gemini and Claude and ChatGPT, just when we're talking AIs, for me, dude, I use an Echo device and it's fine. Like I don't find the Echo device is particularly intelligent or able to give good answers. I find the Siri one like almost unreasonably full of friction. I have not really personally had a good experience with Siri. So if they're bringing Siri, then okay. So they're partnering with Alibaba to bring Apple Intelligence features to the iPhone. So the Apple Intelligence is natively baked into the current iOS, at least in the United States. And they're going to bring it. Guys, I've tried using Apple Intelligence. The closest thing I've figured out is how to share a contact with somebody by like having your phones like, space dock with each other. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how to use it, right? Maybe I'm an idiot or I'm an old and Gen Z understands how to use it, but I don't. The one thing I will say, and again, this isn't a cyber story in any capacity, so I'm not really going to spend any more time on this than what I'm about to say. When a business goes into China, China has certain restrictions, and the classic example I'll give you is Google. When Google wanted to deploy search into China, China said, you have to let us see all the search queries, and there's certain things that you cannot return. Like, for example, if you search for Tiananmen Square in California, like you're in California, you search Tiananmen Square on Google, and then you're in China and you search Tiananmen Square, you will get two different results. Okay? Like, basically, that's the deal. In fact, if you're old enough, you will remember that Google's original motto, or whatever you want to call it, was do no evil. Right? That was Google's thing. And then right before they entered China, they actually changed that because, maybe it was really, to me, it was clearly related. But anyways, that's what's up. This isn't a cyber story. So let's do this. All right, guys, we did it. We're straight crushing it like a bunch of bosses. Don't go anywhere because guess what? We got another program for you that's mad value. Every single... Oh, wait, I have a jaw jacking. Look at Kimberly can fix it. So amazing. Guys, don't go anywhere because we've got jaw jacking coming up in just a minute. This is a 30-minute AMA where I will do the best I can to answer every cybersecurity question you have. If you're looking to level up, if you're curious about certain things, NA asks some questions in chat. Other people ask questions in chat. This is a dedicated time, 30 minutes. I can't one-on-one mentor people, but I can mentor at scale, and that's what jaw jacking is. So definitely come stick with us. You don't have to go anywhere. You just basically just chill there, and I'll take care of it for you. Remember, tomorrow is Simply Cyber Firesides. We got a great guest for you tomorrow. And then we got this Lunch and Learn series next Tuesday. And, oh my God, there's so much going on. Friday, we actually have the first Friday of the month, but it'll be the second Friday, Discord AMA. Remember, you can go to the Discord server and look at the announcements every Monday and find what's going on. You can also see on Simply Cyber's YouTube channel, we post this on Sunday night or Monday morning as a alert, right? This is what you can expect from us for the week. All right, so we've got Cyber Mentors podcast tomorrow, Study GRC. It looks like Simply Cyber Firesides didn't make it. Oh, wait, this is last week. Hold on, I didn't post this week's. God damn. All right, well, believe me, I made a mistake. I'm telling you guys, I need help. I need help for a lot of reasons. All right, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Don't go anywhere, because we're about to get jaw-jacking up in here. Holla!
Ever wonder what it takes to break into cybersecurity? Join us every weekday for Jaw-Jacking, where industry experts answer your burning questions about the cybersecurity field. Live, unfiltered, and totally free. Let's level up together. It's time for some jaw-jacking.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the party. This is Jaw-Jacking. I am your host, Jerry Guy, coming in hot, right off the heels of Dr. Gerald Augier's daily cyber threat brief. Nerd! What a zero that dude is. Seriously. Oh, Siri stinks. Ugh. Okay, we just have some fun here. Jaw-Jacking's much more relaxed. I mean, the daily cyber threat brief is relaxed, but this is even more chill because we're all about good times and helping people. And just because it's helping people and being supportive and inclusive does not mean that it has to suck or be boring. So that's what we're doing here. Get your questions in chat. This is Jaw-Jacking. If you can preface your question with a Q, that would be the most helpful for me to flag it. DJ BSEC is not behind the glass. He's dealing with some family stuff, which is totally cool. Love it. DJ BSEC always doing good things for his family and his community. So I'm riding dirty today in the studio. So I need you to put a Q in front of it so I can flag it. Mods, if you can drop him in chat, I can try to do that too. Guys, really quick, last time we're going to do this read, I do want to make you aware of this free event, which is super sick. Hey, Team SC, tired of playing catch-up with threats? Get ahead of the game by attending Symphony 2025, a virtual summit by Palo Alto Networks, who is sponsoring Jaw-Jacking today. You can join industry giants like the founder and CTO of Palo Alto, Nurzuk, and Unit 42 team to see how Cortex, their precision AI is, Cortex Precision AI, is revolutionizing SecOps and real-time cloud security. And you'll also get the exclusive access to Unit 42's 2025 IR report, hands-on demos of AI native SOC transformation, and technical deep dives you can't find anywhere else. From cloud blind spots to alert fatigue, they're tackling the problems that keep you up at night. And guys, seriously, my favorite part of all of this is that it's absolutely free to attend. Don't miss this chance to level up your security game. Reserve your spot now. I'll drop a link in chat, or it's in the description of this video. It's simplycyber.io/Palo Alto. Take advantage. It's a free thing. And Palo Alto's super dope. And in my opinion, I've told this you guys before, Unit 42 is awesome. I love myself some Unit 42. So don't sleep on that. All right, that's Jaw-Jacking sponsor. Let's get into it. Here we go. CyberCycle says he supports Unabridged Jerry. I don't know. Let's see. Kevin, favorite. Hold on. Let me start flagging these really quickly. Thank you. Kimberly can fix it. All right. I'm flagging some questions. I'm going to answer these really quickly. Okay. Here we go. First question. Favorite tools to load on a boot to flash disk for IT break fix stuff. Yeah, that's a good question. It's been a minute since I did that. Malware Bytes is always kind of good. I like that. Gosh, it's been so long since, like, I kind of like weaned my family off of break fix and me being IT support. So they don't really do that so much anymore. I used to have a walk around disk. There was a, you know what could be valuable here? I think it's called Portable Apps. Yeah. I'll tell you this. I don't know a tool off the top of my head, but let me share this really quickly. This used to be what I walked around with. If you guys, I don't know if anyone has thoughts about this, but Portable Apps is basically designed for you to load on your thumb drive and drop it in there. And it's got all sorts of cool apps like Chrome and, GIMP and stuff, but other tools that are actually more useful for helping break fix and stuff. You can see here, look at the categories they got. You build your own portable app USB loader, and it just pops in. It'll show up in the sys tray, and you can launch all these things. So it doesn't have to be just break fix. It can be all sorts of things. Games, right? You want to throw some games on a thumb drive and be ready to just load it regardless of the operating system version and stuff. Let's see if there's IT support in here. There we go. Look at all these apps, though, for real. There we go. Clamwin, Kaspersky, be careful. Your password things. Here we go. So here are the utilities, right? IP scanner portable. We got 7-zip if you need it. Command prompt portable. This is great. I'll drop a link in chat. I love this. So it's not really specific. Some other people, hey, if you got any thoughts, I see people doing it. Drop it in chat. What is your favorite tool to put on a flash drive to walk into? We've got some other ones. Jay Crypto saying a recent Windows image is a good one. I agree. Very good. Thanks for the question. And Mods, thank you for flagging questions. This is great. All right, here we go. You can get CPEs for that Symphony 2025 also. Good point. Kimberly can fix it. Oh, my God. This is great. You guys got questions for days. DJ BSEC's going to be so jelly. Okay, here we go. All right, Poner Joe, how did you know this month's Meta CTF is Thursdays, February 27th, 5 to 7 p.m.? Okay, thank you, Poner Joe. Guys, just so everybody knows, we are doing monthly CTFs. If you didn't know, February was awesome. We did it in December. Somebody needs to challenge Reed Holbert. He won first place in the December CTF and the January CTF. We give cash prizes out, or not cash, but Amazon gift card prizes. $100 to the first person, 50 to second, 25 to third. And, oh, by the way, you get that coveted black badge role on the Discord server. Reed's the only one, so don't sleep on that. Tag Poner Joe in Discord if you have any questions. Mr. Gunkel says, what your thoughts on FortiGate system having flaws almost weekly? This is coming in on Discord. Yeah, I mean, software is going to have problems, guy. And, we dunk on QNAP and Zixel, FortiGate, Fortinet. It really is, it's a question of, here's the deal. Fast, cheap, good. Pick one. You got to pick two. You don't get all three. So cheap and good. I mean, cheap and fast is kind of what you're getting with FortiGate or with these things. You just have to manage them a bit better. No, I mean, a 0-day exploitation of an internet-facing asset, you're not really going to be able to stop. But if you're buying cheaper product, just be aware that you might have to do more ongoing maintenance of it. And that's the cost or the burden. Instead of buying a more expensive product and having to do less touch on it, you're buying a cheaper product and basically paying with your time of having to touch it. So, I wouldn't just necessarily single out FortiGate. It is what it is. Steve Young, you ever worked in AM radio? No, I've never worked in professional radio ever. I've done podcasts like this, though. Moon says, only half serious, but seriously, how should I amend my GRC process to cope with the president giving the green light to the U.S. government? Okay. I can't really comment on that one. All right. What are your thoughts on implementing an Azure OpenAI generative AI bot in a corporate environment as an internal solution for public gen AI? Let me decompress this one. What are your thoughts on implementing OpenAI in a corporate environment as an internal solution, sure. Yeah. I mean, go for it. If you can get, here's the deal. If you're going to spin up your own private instance, okay. I mean, why not? I guess the question would then turn into, like, what is it about? What are you going to be using it? Like, why, what's the business case? Here's the deal. What's the business case? What's the business case for spending the money and the resources to spin it up in Azure? Spinning it up in Azure isn't a free proposition. You don't just hit a button and there it goes free. Like, you have to pay for Azure space, compute cycles. So what is it that you're doing in the private corporate one that you wouldn't do in the public one? And then is there a return on investment? Because if you do it, to me, this isn't a technical question. This is a business question. And you're going to have to make the argument why it's worth the spend to get it. Okay. Okay, hold on one second. I'm just cleaning up stuff here. Oh, DJ BSEC is here. Yes. Okay, hey, really quickly, let's do a poll on this one. Oh my gosh. Do you want RunGRC stickers? Okay, so really quickly, you see my shirt? This shirt kind of looks like Run DMC, RunGRC. I don't even know. I have, like, Zach Hill has Run CMD that looks like this, and he makes the stickers. This is a Black Hills shirt. You can see here, Black Hills, right? So I would feel like an absolute a-hole if I were to make these RunGRC stickers. Now, having said that, Zach Hill told me in a very colorful, borderline sailor-esque vernacular, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, that I should just make them. Lots of colorful language, and told me to just make them. So to me, is that a implicit approval to make them? I will make these stickers all day long. I think this would be super sick. Let me know in chat, and we can hand them out. But I'm gonna put some type of, I don't know. Gotta love it. All right, here we go. All right, everybody's voting. A lot of people are loving the RunGRC stickers. Okay. We'll Nick Barker. Thank you for bringing it up. You win. No one thinks there's a problem? Is anyone from Black Hills here? Is Deb here? Deb usually shows up. Nah. Is Kathy here? No. Is Zach here? No. I don't know. I just kind of want, like, I like to ask for permission, not forgiveness, okay? What the shell? What kind of lights are those you got behind you? Oh, cool. Yeah. Hold on. I am wired into my computer right now, so I don't want to rip my ear off, but... So this right here, what the shell? Oops. These are newer. These are newer TL50 GRBs. I think they're 2 foot length. And they do run on DMX. Not to be confused with what? Come on, what? DMX. More just like that technology. But these are awesome. If you like, I love these. I have 4 of them. All right, newer DM50. Okay, here we go. Where is the super chat? Here it is. Alex Ansberg.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Jumps to the front of the list. What to study next? He did the Microsoft SIA, or is it Microsoft CISA, MCISA? Oh, Masters. Hold on. Jesus. Give me a second. MCSIA. All right, so hold on. Let's look at what he did. Alex did the Masters. I think he did this one. Anyway, so he's got a master's degree in cyber. Probably picked up some certs, right? CYS Plus, Pentest Plus, CAS Plus, CISM, which is a senior ISACA certification, and it's not easy to get. IT for the Army, wanting to pivot to cyber analyst role. Okay, so here's what I would tell you, Alex. First of all, congratulations. You're doing a lot of good stuff. Second of all, when you say cybersecurity analyst, that's a generic title, so I don't necessarily understand what it is you want to do specifically. CYSA Plus is kind of aligned to SOC analyst. CISM is undoubtedly a GRC role, hashtag RunGRC, hashtag GRC Mafia. So what I would say, Alex, is if you want, like, those are two different paths. So if you want to be a SOC analyst, what I would say is start getting practical hands-on skills and demonstrating that with SIM tools. Like, you can use Graylog, you can stand up Elk. If you want Security Onion to get, like, that's less of a SIM role and more of like security engineering, but like get practical skills, hands-on stuff, run Wireshark, look at the packets, be able to see what's going on. Like, that's going to benefit you really well on the SOC side. If you want to do GRC and kind of follow that system path, get more familiar with like NIST cybersecurity framework, CIS 18, the control frameworks, the holistic picture of how information security is done and implemented and how to communicate it effectively with the business end users, IT power users, and stuff like that. You're in a great position, though, so you can absolutely pivot into cyber. Plus, you're in the Army right now. I don't know how easy it is to do this in the Army. In the private sector, you can do this a lot easier. But if you can somehow start partnering or pairing as an IT person, partnering and pairing with the cybersecurity people, basically to help them achieve their mission, they need you to patch stuff, right? They need you to enable and configure, multi-factor and stuff. So get with them and be like, hey, I love cybersecurity. I want to help you achieve your business goals. Let's work together. Then you start getting exposure and experience to cyber. Plus, you're talking to the cyber people, which when there's an opportunity that comes up, they'll think of you first because you've already explained to them that you want to work in cyber. Great question. Thanks for the super chat. Okay. So thoughts on Rand Paul saying CISA, we existed 248 years without them. All right. So taking this totally non-political, so an apolitical statement, I think that when you say we've survived without something for a long time, that doesn't take into account the temporal differences of society and what the threat landscape looks like. And from a GRC perspective, I want to point out that we always have to be mindful of the threat landscape, right? So 250 years ago, we didn't have computers. 100 years ago, we didn't have mobile phones, right? 40 years ago, we didn't have remote workforce, really. 10 years ago, we didn't have like cloud. I mean, we did. Okay, 20 years ago, we didn't have cloud. So like the threat landscape's constantly evolving, and you either adapt to the threat landscape evolving or you get punched in the mouth. If you think for a second, we were running a modern business today, like it was 1950, that you would be fine, you wouldn't be fine. So I think that is just a little, I don't know, not a really well thought out. All right. What's the most critical skills that a hiring manager looks for in an entry-level SOC analyst? This question would be more appropriate. Is Fleetus in chat? Fleetus is not in chat. Is wading through logs in chat? Yeah, he's in chat. Wade, can you answer this question, please? I'll do my best to answer it, obviously. But Revo, we've got people who work in the SOC, people who hire for the SOC, Jess Bishop, wading through logs, etc. What I would say here for entry-level SOC analyst skills, what I would want to see is a couple things. One, very deliberate is, do you have experience touching technologies that matter in a SOC, like a SIM? Do you have prior experience of interfacing with customers, right? Like retail experience, for example. How do you handle interactions with customers? What is your analytical process for understanding? So for entry-level roles, especially at the SOC, it is a bit of a technical acumen, but there's also a meta that I look for in resumes, right? So, and this is not something, it's not the way you word craft it. Let me explain. I once hired a guy who had no cybersecurity experience at all. He was a network engineer, and I hired him to do GRC work, and he wanted to do GRC work. What made him stand out more than anything? In his resume, he talked about creating and building a mentorship program internal to his last organization. And I said, "Oh, this is interesting. Tell me about that." He's like, "Well, I really wanted to learn cybersecurity. I was a network engineer and I couldn't learn about cybersecurity. So what I did was I created a mentorship program with my organization, got buy-in from HR and management. They loved the idea. And basically it allowed anyone who was like in a junior role to request, like basically anyone in a junior role could request, and anyone who was in a senior role that wanted to mentor could put themselves kind of on a list and be available. And lots of people took advantage of this program, but he built the entire program for the lone reason that he could put himself on the list, and he knew that director of InfoSec would get on the list too, and he could get to him. So this guy created this whole thing so he could get cybersecurity experience. And yes, it benefited tons of people, but he also did. And I was like, dude, that's brilliant. Thoughtful, initiative, proactive, thinking through a large problem, solving it. Let's go, man. All right. All right. Hold on one second. I don't think we do, but all right. So Angular wants to know if everybody's ready for Valentine's Day. Drop it in chat if you are. I will not disclose my own plans. Cole says, how should I approach a security position within or outside of my current MSP job? I'm a support technician. Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. Just a reminder, everybody, we actually have a premiere going live at 9:30 a.m. You might recognize my friend here, Steve McMichael. He's an instructor over at Simply Cyber Academy. That's my face looking all shocked here. Dude, this video is going to blow your mind. I love the AI work that Steve's doing. He showed me this. We took a look. You know the GRC tool that I made and put on GitHub a little while ago? Steve took it and like basically ratcheted it to the next level. So this is going to go live in 4 minutes. I hope you can join me for the premiere. Let's keep going through questions. Cole says he's been a support technician 6 months, got his Sec Plus last year. Great company. How should he approach a security position? Honestly, Cole, what I would say is any opportunity you have, like show interest, show passion with the InfoSec team. Try to, if they have events or activities, sometimes they'll have like open mics, not open mics, but like open forum meetings. If they do like an all hands briefing or something like that, make it a point to like connect with them, talk to them, ask them if there's any way you can help them. I'm sure as a support technician, you're having to deal with like reimages and patching and, you know, end users doing silly things. You know, reach out to the InfoSec team, be of value to them and say, hey, listen, I'm a support technician. I deploy in the field on the regular. Would it be useful to you if I joined you guys once a week and just told you like some of the cyber related things I'm seeing so you have boots on the ground eyes? Become an asset for them and make them aware that you're interested in moving your career towards cybersecurity. Chef's kiss, it'll happen. Also, if your boss is actually cool and interested in your career progression, make them aware as well. Justin Fair, I'm graduating in 2025 with a degree in IT. Nicely done. I'm in the middle of changing careers and have no experience in IT. Well, if you're getting a degree in IT, you've definitely got some experience in IT. I don't have any certs. Is it necessary to complete CompTIA Security Plus? If you want a job in cybersecurity, getting the Security Plus is not a requirement, but it will help you. Basically, there's a lot of people, hundreds of thousands of people have the Security Plus. So like it basically will get you into that sea of people. What I would say, Justin, is it's not necessary, but you should, you need to have a network. You need to have connections. You need to be engaged, frankly, to have those relationships so you can find out about jobs before they get posted so people know about you and what you can do. Sans the Security Plus cert. I would start working on personal branding. I actually have a course. Again, I'm not telling you this to sell you my course. I'm just telling you because this is literally why I made the friggin' course. I have a course called Personal Branding for a Career in Cyber that shows you how to do personal branding so you can stand out in a sea of sameness. I only run it live. The next one's going to be June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. People in chat who have taken it will tell you about it. You don't need to take it to do personal branding. I'm just telling you, personal branding, engage with network communication, network connections, and get out there. That's the best way to do it if you don't want to get Sec Plus. But I would get the Sec Plus. By the way, Sec Plus doesn't guarantee you anything. We only have KeyPass approved, but Mac, Linux, anyone recommends for local password vault. I use Bitwarden. I can't recommend a local password vault for non-Windows users. So anyone in chat, anyone in chat who has a recommendation, please drop it and tag @Moon. Michaela, first timer, welcome to the party, pal.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Glad to have you here. Priceless Pancake, last question before we drop to go to the premiere. How do you deal with horde burnout? I got months, fine, but then I'll have a few weeks or a month. I'm just burned. Any suggestions? Find something that is a release for you, Priceless Pancake. I'm absolutely the poster child for don't do what I do. I literally work 7 days a week. I don't know if people know that, but I work weekends. I only work 5 hours on Saturday and Sunday. Like I get up at basically 7:30 and I work till 1, but don't do what I do. But I know some people like to go out and box. I like physical exertion. I run. I'm a runner. I love doing that. Play games with somebody. Do whatever makes you happy. And if it has to do with cybersecurity, that's fine. But you need to compartmentalize it and allow yourself to take a break. All right, guys, we're going to do the premiere right now. Thank you all so very much. I hope you got value from the jaw jacking. If you were a first timer here, reminder, we do this every single day, Michaela. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., the daily threat brief, and then 9 to 9:30 jaw jacking. Guys, I'm going to drop a link to this video. I hope you can enjoy it. Let's raid this. Shout out to the mod team. Thank you, mod. Love myself, the mod team. DJ B-Sec behind the glass. Ooh, we got the sci-fi premiere. Guys, I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you can come over and watch this short video on killing it using Klein Coding Agent. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by some of the advancements. If you work in GRC, this video, guys, I got to tell you, this video is going to show you a tool that will absolutely allow you to turn into a superhero in the GRC space. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. Until next time, stay secure.